Downloadable content, or DLC, hit the gaming industry last generation, and it has certainly proven that it's here to stay. Offering developers the opportunity to provide bonus story content, colourful cosmetic items, or additional add-ons, sometimes providing hours of bonus content to a game that you'd long since completed. Over the years, we've seen many examples of DLC done right, and many more tragic examples of DLC done wrong. As the industry keeps proving, people will pay money for the strangest things, and every so often a product comes along that you just can't help but admire, just for the sheer weirdness of it. And you really want to hate it, but somewhere along the way that hate just turns into love. My name is Rach, and welcome back to WhatCulture Gaming. These are the 10 weirdest video game DLCs we can't believe exist. Number 10. NIER AUTOMATA 3C3C1D119440927. In NIER AUTOMATA's DLC add-on titled 3C3C1D119440927, that name really rolls off the tongue, not only do you net yourself a rather ridiculously revealing outfit for your bootyful protagonist to be, but you unlock the costumes by fighting in coliseums featuring the Square Enix CEO Yosuke Matsuda and the Platinum CEO Kenichi Sato. Descending from the ceiling in true anime fashion, the two smartly dressed gentlemen politely introduce themselves before annihilating you. Both gentlemen possess a rather humorous selection of moves, including pelting you with thousands of their own heads, and they will tear through your defenses before you even know what's happening. Beat the bosses and you'll earn yourself the cosmetic goods. Skimpy nightgowns do not come easily in this game, nor do they come cheap. Number 9. PlayStation Home Beautiful Eyes. PlayStation Home was a virtual social gaming platform on the PlayStation 3, which sadly closed in 2015. Users created themselves an avatar that they could customize however they desired, and partook in mini-games and a host of special events, all rewarding prizes for players to show off. It was important for your own avatar to stick out, and for that, we had the Beautiful Eyes DLC. Essentially paying real pocket money to add a little ring of highlight around your irises that are hardly noticeable, unless of course you and another avatar were planning on some particularly intense staring contests. Cartoony and offering a wide selection of colours, including heterochromia options, which, let's be honest, always look pretty cool, Beautiful Eyes by Granzella offered players the opportunity to double glaze their windows to the soul for a nominal fee. Number 8. Call of Duty Ghosts Snoop Dogg Voice Pack. If you've ever fancied revisiting an old Call of Duty and are perhaps looking for a cheap way of spicing it up a little, for the price of just a few quid, there is DLC available in the form of a voiceover pack that adds rapper Snoop Dogg's voice into Call of Duty Ghosts, completely removing any semblance of realism that might have been barely present within Ghosts in the first place. Hearing the low bassy tones of Snoop Doggy Dogg as you are playing multiplayer maps is certainly an unusual addition to the game.
Enemy getting a special delivery.
Snoop will narrate each of your firefights, call in your kill streaks, alert you to enemy activity, and congratulate you and your squad mates for keeping it real. Number 7. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Horse Armour. No collection of weird and wonderful video game DLC products would be complete without the original misfit itself, Oblivion's horse armour. Hitting the world of gaming back in 2006, Bethesda stepped into the spotlight when they positively wrote the book on weird ways to try and take gamers' money. Players could spend around £2.50 for a beautiful set of armour for their trusty steed, available in Elven Gold and Silver Steel variants. The armour will double the health of most horses, rather than apply any kind of protection from damage, meaning that your trusty old nag could indeed still perish while wearing this expensive attire. Number 6. Rock Band 4 The SpongeBob SquarePants Pack. Grab your plastic guitar, turn that TV speaker up to 11 and take a deep breath as you prepare to sing about pineapples. Except you don't. SpongeBob SquarePants has been a popular children's cartoon series for the past 20 years now. The iconic cartoon features strange and eccentric characters who quite often break out into ludicrously catchy songs. Rock Band 4 offered players the opportunity to trade some dosh for the SpongeBob SquarePants song packs, which contain 3 songs each. Featured in the first pack were the songs The Best Day Ever, Where's Gary, and I Can't Keep My Eyes Off of You. Featured in the second pack were A Day Like This, Riding the Hook, and Employee DLC of the month. The weirdest thing by far about this DLC is not the fact that it exists, but rather the fact that it's a SpongeBob SquarePants song collection without the Optimist's anthem, that is the FUN song, or even the main theme song. Absolute barnacles! Number 5. GOATZ Simulator Expansion Packs. GOATZ Simulator is weird, wacky, and wonderful, and has 3 available DLC expansion packs that are each as ludicrously hilarious as each other. Gone are the days of wondering what it would be like to be a zombie goat in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, for now the world has been gifted GOATZ. This expansion introduced a survival mode with crafting, because of course it has crafting, and tons of unlockable new goats to trot around the apocalypse with. Payday adds an expansion pack set up exactly as the team-based heist game of the same name. Featuring a ragtag bunch of criminals, including a washed-up dolphin in a wheelchair, you can beat people up and take their money, pull off heists and small jobs alike to earn cash that you can use to buy new masks. Finally, Waste of Space is a bizarre take on Star Wars with goats. Explore space, engage in spaceship battles, and terrorize humanity in order to make space great again. In a hilarious move, you can crowdfund a space colony and get other people to pay for it and do all the work for you. Is that you, Star Citizen? Genius. Truly and utterly bizarre, but genius. Number 4, The Saboteur, The Midnight Show. The Saboteur was an open-world action-adventure game set during World War II. Protagonist Sean Devlin enjoys a drink, among other adult activities, but everything is relatively toned down in the base game. Spend £3 to purchase the Midnight Show DLC though, and it will unlock hundreds of little 3D nipples. Genuinely, that is about it. The DLC gives you the option to turn on nudity, includes entrance to the VIP room at the local burlesque club, adds 5 new brothels that I suppose you can use as hiding spots, each of them offering a nice warm welcome. Isn't that nice? Essentially, it is the £3 perv pack. There is no actual story content, just a few cinematics featuring some scantily clad working lassies. What is even more ridiculous is that the DLC was included for free with brand new copies of the game, meaning those buying it pre-owned had to cough up the cash for that smash. It's weird and bad. Very, very, very bad. Who paid for this? Number 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Champion's Ballad. Breath of the Wild, simply put, is a masterpiece. Purchasing the Champion's Ballad then unlocks a vast new storyline with tons of new shrine puzzles to solve, a wickedly difficult boss fight to counter, and, once you've completed it, a motorcycle. Because there's no need to worry about realism when you've got a little tablet in your pocket that can literally stop time, you can now fly across Hyrule's vast plains on your very own metal horse, the Master Cycle Zero. You will need to fill it up with fuel though, but just about anything works. From mushrooms to meat, from bugs to fairies, literal living creatures here. Try not to think about that too much. Bit bad that. Stick whatever the heck you like into that tank and your trusty bike will turn it into pure acceleration. It looks and feels bizarre, and sweet 180 jumps down Death Mountain was the last thing we expected to see in a Zelda title, and yet, simply wonderful. Number 2, Saints Row, Enter the Dominatrix. The DLC that was never even supposed to exist. Enter the Dominatrix was announced as an April Fool's joke in 2012. Volition eventually responded to the number of people demanding that the teased content be made real and released Enter the Dominatrix as downloadable content for Saints Row 4 in 2013. This DLC positively drips with satire, pretty standard stuff for Saints Row. From battling a barely dressed Maleficent to using telekinesis to cage furries at a sex club to a BDSM chariot race, this DLC is so utterly ridiculous that it's kinda hard not to just find it hilarious. The Saints Row series has always worn its childish humour on its sleeves, and the origin story of this DLC alone is funny in itself. Even Volition thought at first that this was too ridiculous, even for Saints Row. Number 1, Resident Evil 7, Jack's 55th birthday. The opening couple of hours of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard are a brilliant example of video game horror done right. It forces you to explore a gigantic house of horrors while being pursued by the big ol' angry man of the house named Jack. How bizarre it is then to help him celebrate his birthday. Jack's 55th birthday is a mini-game included in the Banned Footage Volume 2 DLC for Resident Evil 7, and it is utterly absurd. You'll play as Mia, base game protagonist Ethan's wife and amputation specialist, and race around 6 stages in total to find the tastiest plates of food to bring back to the hungry Jack. Collect various different ingredients and combine them to create bigger, more satisfying meals. Jack will be wearing silly birthday accessories throughout, such as a party hat and a clown nose, and enemies will all be wearing silly hats too. Happy birthday indeed. There we have it, folks. If we have missed any insane examples of just totally ludicrous DLC, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name has been Rach. You can follow me on Twitter if you like at Don'tRachQuit. You guys be sure to have an awesome day. You're all amazing, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.